In this week's share, I want to talk about something that I have just seen on social media about being tight or feeling stiff. And there was a gentleman speaking about yoga and how yoga wasn't hard. You were just simply stiff. And that was so relating also to the Pilates method. Because most people who come to Pilates are actually in a state of rather extreme tightness, physical tightness in their muscles, in their joints, in their tissue. But what does tightness mean? It can mean that your body has shortened, so the muscles became shorter. It could mean that your tissue is stuck, which means that layers of tissue in our body, because we are made of different layers, are sticky and they're sticking to one another, so there's no more glide. There's very little flow inside your tissue. Or it could mean that your body, your muscles, your tissue, your joints have gone hard. And when something is hard, there is very little freedom of movement available to it. Now, the question is, what exercise, what lifestyle, what movements have made you stiff, short, sticky, or hard, or a combination of all? And most of the time, you will not find the answer in the physicality, in the exercise, or the sports, or the movements you've been doing. Most of the time, the stiffness, the tightness, the stickiness, the hardness has actually come from your inner state. The unconscious part inside of us. And we don't realize how much our mind and our inner state, our emotions, are actually affecting your body day in and day out, even when you sleep. And one of my teachers, Lolita San Miguel, has always said to me, Eva, Pilates is 24/7, even when you sleep. And at the beginning, when she used to repeat that over and over again, I was like, how the hell can I do Pilates while I'm sleeping? What is she trying to tell me? That makes no sense, Lolita. How can you move while you sleep? How can you do your Pilates while you sleep when you are basically in a second state when you sleep? Well, what I didn't realize at that time, but made total sense a few years later, is that to Lolita San Miguel, and the way also today I have embraced the Pilates method, Pilates is not just exercising. Pilates is a way of living. Because the method is based on so many concepts and a philosophy, but mostly on one very distinct intent. The creator Joseph Pilates and his wife Clara Pilates left a very clear intent in the method and in all the manifestations and actions they put in place to create a better world. They truly believe that if people and the entire world would be doing his exercises, they'd be happier and the world would be a better place. Because happy people don't hurt each other. Happy people don't kill each other. Happy people find ways, create, merge. That was the intent of helping people through their life with movement patterns, exercises, routines, philosophies and concepts that supports life, but that truly brings happiness. And scientifically, the way Pilates is structured and the pace at which we move on a continuous basis does not create any other hormones but the happy hormones, the endorphins, the dopamine, the serotonin, all these hormones that make you feel good. And while we are having this continuous rhythm and we are not stressing the body, but we're actually intending to support it, even when we are expanding our boundaries and expanding our capabilities, we do not stress it to the point where we could create cortisol, the bad hormone, the one that makes our body suffer. So even scientifically, it's been very well structured. So if we go back to, why are you stiff? Why are you feeling tight? Why have you gone hard? Your body hears everything. It hears what you say to yourself. It hears how you feel about yourself. It knows where you're heading, why you're heading there. It has an inner wisdom, a way of anticipating. Why? Because its goal is to feed you, to nourish you, to care for you, to support you. And all of that comes down to one place, is to keep you safe, to keep you thriving, to keep you alive for the time frame that you have in this incarnation, in this embodiment of your physicality, of your body temple, of that vessel that helps you create all the actions and the motions that you are destined to do, that you are destined to live, that you are destined to experience. So we need to pay attention to how we speak to our body, to how we feel about our body, and to how we respond on a very conscious level to our outer world, because it truly affects our inner world, to a point where even without doing anything, being a couch potato, your body can become extremely hard, stiff, and tightened, when in fact it should get soft, mushy, and sluggish. But no, it doesn't. So the first thing that is always your priority when you do your Pilates or any exercise technique, it is to favor, as a priority, your mobility, your capacity to have freedom of movement, your capacity to free your body and yourself from any tensions, from any stress or de-stress you might be under without even noticing it. So don't ever try to progress and perform and thrive without investing time and efforts into your mobility, into freeing tension, into maintaining freedom of movement and freedom in your joints. It is the most important part of your Pilates, because there's no way for you to be performant if you don't have the freedom of motion and the freedom of movement to be able to move in the direction you want to go. So mobility comes first, alignment comes second, and third comes strength. Because if you're building strength without having the freedom first, and without having the alignment and the balance that goes with it, you will build a body like they built the Tower of Pisa. You will be off, and sooner or later, all the strength in the world will have you collapse, and will only make you tighter, will only make you stiffer, and you will only make you feel less capable, even though you're moving and even though you're putting all these efforts in exercising. So there is an order and a strategy to your success. Mobility and care and support comes first. Listen, trust, and go softer, slower, and smaller. Then, second, you align and you are connecting your body from head to toe, moving as one whole unit. And then third, you strengthen, you load, you add leverage, and that gives you the body that can expand and that can go beyond any limitations you thought you had. Because remember, the body is there to be capable, to be able to support you. I hope this helps. My name is Eva, and I'm looking forward to us